I'd like to call this meeting to order with a quick roll call. Regent Acker, Regent Beam,
Right on time.
Regent Brown, Regent Hubbard, Regent Illich,
Here.
Regent Weiser, Regent White.
Here.
Thank you. Welcome to the first university meeting here. We're already off to a memorable start. It's really great to see all the faculty and students back on campus. I'd like to begin by welcoming Donna Fry, our interim chancellor for University of Michigan Flint, to our first board meeting. She'll be serving until the selection of our chancellor. And we are very grateful for your leadership. I'm also pleased for our entire community that the GEO negotiations have concluded. I hope it's a sign that we are always pleased to negotiate in good faith. We will always persist in finding solutions together. In connection with our agreement with GEO, I want to state my support for an unarmed, non-police emergency response program that is available to members of the university community. Our next steps will be informed by established and emerging national best practices, including those in higher education, municipalities, and a similar program that the city of Ann Arbor is putting into place. Forward to updating you on next steps later this semester. Thank you in advance to everyone who will be involved in this very important work. Our research and scholarship continues to be nationally recognized. I was delighted to see that the University of Michigan was recently chosen by the National Science Foundation to lead a $30 million center, the Center for Complex Particle Systems, which will be focused on bringing nature's efficiency and flexibility to advanced materials and additive manufacturing. In 2022, University of Michigan ranked among the top 10 universities in the country for utility patents granted, according to the National Academy of Inventors. Our output in high-quality published research placed us fourth in the nation in the Nature Index 2023 rankings, behind only Harvard, Stanford, and MIT. University of Michigan also ranked 10th in the world in the recent NTU rankings, which evaluate research universities' achievements in scientific research, and ranked fourth in the social sciences field. Basic research with innovation and economic impact remains one of our highest priorities as a university. I was grateful for the opportunity to join in our Celebrate Innovation events last week and honor our community of University of Michigan innovators and the Innovation Partnerships team as they closed on a record-breaking year, once again among the top 5 universities in the U.S. in innovation. Kelly Sexton, the Associate Vice President for Research and Innovation Partnerships, will be speaking in a few moments to share more about our commercialization portfolio. And she and the entire team are doing a great job with the leadership of Rebecca Cunningham, our Vice President of Research and Innovation. Let's hear it for the whole team. I'd simply like to highlight that the scale of our inventions, the reach of our innovations, and the sum of our overall impact is just phenomenal. And we're just getting started as a team and as a university. There's much more that we can do and that we will do together, and there will be many more successes moving forward. Thank you again. Let's go into the rest of our business for the afternoon, and I hope to see many of you out and about the campus for homecoming events this weekend. And with that, I would like to call upon Vice President Cunningham, who will introduce the speaker, who will talk about highlighting the year in commercialization, Kelly Sexton. Over to you, VP Cunningham.
Thank you, President Ono. It's my pleasure to introduce Kelly Sexton, who is the Associate Vice President for Research and Innovation Partnerships, as well as Economic Impact. Kelly Sexton works closely with our VPR leadership as well as other leaders across the university to provide visionary and strategic leadership of U of M's innovation, corporate research, and technology commercialization activities, including overseeing innovation partnerships. In this role, she supports and encourages university-wide programs for intellectual property development, innovation, and engagement with our business and venture communities in the region, across the nation, and around the globe. Please welcome Kelly Sexton.
Thank you. Thank you for that great introduction, Rebecca, and thank you, President Ono, as well for this opportunity. I'm really excited to share some highlights from our year in research commercialization. The University of Michigan's research enterprise, as was noted in the opening comments, is an engine for creativity, for discovery, and for innovation. And we have a long history of taking University of Michigan innovations and discoveries and moving them out into the world, into new products, new services that move and improve the world, and into new medical technologies and therapeutics that improve and save lives. At Innovation Partnerships, we have the honor of working with faculty from across our 3 campuses to support them in their efforts to see their research have a positive societal impact at scale. Put another way, it's our job to make sure that every University of Michigan research discovery has its very best chance to change the world. As President Ono shared, we recently announced our fiscal year 23 highlights, and I'm pleased to report that we did indeed have a record-breaking year. 580 new inventions were created by University of Michigan faculty and researchers. These are not just ideas. These are often the result of years of research in the lab and of millions of dollars in federal funding. And these really represent the innovation pipeline that's going to be driving our future. So it's wonderful to have such a large and robust innovation pipeline. To give a sense of scale, there are only 5 universities in the country that have ever produced more than 500 invention reports from their faculty in a single year. Those are MIT, Harvard, Stanford, Cornell, and of course, the University of Michigan. We also supported the launch of 25 new startup companies that are today busy raising capital, hiring new employees, and moving University of Michigan innovations into the world. In fact, startup companies are one of the very important ways that we go about moving University of Michigan innovations into practice. And so I want to tell you the story of Michigan innovation and its impact in the world by sharing 3 updates from promising University of Michigan startup companies that I think together give a sense of the scale of impact that we're having out in society and in the world broadly. The first is Histosonics. Histosonics is a University of Michigan startup company that's commercializing a technology that was created in collaboration between Michigan Medicine and Michigan Engineering. Histotripsy was invented at Michigan, it's been developed at Michigan, and it's now been clinically trialed at the University of Michigan. What is histotripsy? Well, it's a way to use focused sound waves to break down and destroy diseased tissue. So it's really an alternative to invasive surgical procedures that allows patients to receive their treatment and recover more readily. Histosonics today has over 110 employees. They've raised significant amounts of capital to move this technology forward. And just last week, they announced for the first time the results of their clinical trial testing histotripsy on liver patients. They shared that they achieved a 95.5% success rate at destroying diseased liver tissue and tumors and had a very high safety ranking. So while this technology continues to advance, they also recently announced that they're now opening a clinical trial for the treatment of kidney cancer. We remain really positive about seeing the future impacts of this exciting technology in the treatment of patients. Another startup that I like to talk about is May Mobility. If you were walking here from downtown or from across campus, you probably saw these shuttles. May Mobility was created in the lab of College of Engineering faculty member Ed Olson, who wanted to develop autonomy-enabled vehicles to help make cities greener, safer, and more accessible. Today, May has over 300 employees here in Ann Arbor. They've again raised significant amounts of capital. They have deployments in 11 communities, ranging from Ann Arbor all the way to Tokyo, Japan. They've given over 335,000 autonomy-enabled rides. And they recently announced a partnership with the City of Detroit's Office of Mobility Innovation, where May Mobility is going to begin offering free shuttle rides to senior citizens and individuals with disability in the city of Detroit, greatly improving their quality of life and their ability to access amenities within their city. The final example that I'll share in our time today is Blue Conduit. In the early days of the Flint water crisis, Michigan Ross faculty member Eric Schwartz realized that the city of Flint needed help in understanding where they should focus their lead remediation efforts. They needed to know where they were likely to have water lines that were contaminated with lead so that they could stretch their budget for remediation efforts further. He took a big data and software-enabled approach, and it proved so successful that the city of Flint wanted him to stay engaged, but also he began receiving calls from cities around the country asking for his help. He realized that this was no longer an academic exercise, but he needed to build a sustainable business so that this service could be supplied to communities around the country and eventually around the world. We worked with Eric to help build the business plan, help form the startup company. Today, Blue Conduit has 25 employees. They've raised over $5 million in capital, but most importantly, they're working with 200 municipalities. This work is providing cleaner water to a service area that covers 5 million citizens. So it truly is an impact at scale. So I really appreciate this opportunity, and I hope that together I've been able to paint a picture of how we have a big opportunity to take the incredible research at the University of Michigan and use it to tackle big societal challenges and to improve the lives of Michiganians. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kelly, for an outstanding presentation. We now move on to Regent Committee Report Outs, and the first one is the Health Affairs Committee, Regent Bernstein.
Thank you, President. The Health Affairs Committee, including Regents Beam, I think we can. Oh, sorry, let me turn my microphone on. Thank you. Health Affairs Committee met a few days ago, including Regents Beam, Brown, and I think, Sarah, you participated, Regent Harvard as well. We met on Tuesday to discuss strategy updates, Michigan medicine finances, and human health. We also received a snapshot of accolades, including recognition by U.S. News & World Report as the #1 hospital in Michigan.
Thank you, Regent Bernstein. And then the Finance, Audit, and Investment Committee, Regent Hubbard.
Thank you, President Ono. The FAI Committee, including Regents Weiser, White, and Brown, met yesterday primarily for a discussion on the Sparrow Hospital debt payoff. This item is on the meeting agenda for approval this afternoon.
Thank you. And back to you, the Chair's report, Regent Hubbard.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And just want to say welcome to fall semester, everyone. The board shares President Ono's enthusiasm for a wonderful and productive 2023-24 academic year. Since we last met in July, a number of regents attended a donor and alumni reception in Northern Michigan, as well as a fundraiser for the Chad Tough Fund. I also had the privilege of joining a highly enthusiastic group of alums and donors in the Boston area earlier this month, and they were very enthusiastic, a very warm welcome for President Ono. And who doesn't love the kickoff to the fall semester at Michigan Stadium? It's great to see so many of you there. So we're excited that the long overdue renovations to the President's House, one of the oldest buildings on campus, maybe even the oldest building on campus, they're nearly completed, on schedule, and below budget. We know that President Ono and his wife, Wendy Yip, look forward to hosting many events there in the months and years ahead. And it is beautiful, and I hope you all get a chance to enjoy it. And I'm very pleased to hear Kelly Sexton's report today on our commercialization efforts. The university's impact on our state economy is a high priority to me and my colleagues, so it's great when we highlight our significant impact. That concludes my chair report.
Thank you very much, Regent Hubbard. We now move on to the regular business agenda, and the minutes and the reports are on the website if you'd like to review them. And we move on to the University of Michigan Health System Report. EVP Runge.
Thank you, President Ono. And thank you for the opportunity to provide this update about Michigan medicine. As you know, we continue to have unyielding demand for our services in the health system, including our emergency department, where we see more than 300,000 patients annually, many of these coming with very complex diagnoses from across the state of Michigan. And as a consequence of the demand for our services, crowding in the emergency room occurs frequently and is a difficult challenge that we have not yet solved. However, I'd like to share with you two brief examples of new initiatives that we believe will alleviate this pressure and ensure the greatest possible safe care for our patients. The first initiative is our hospital care at home program. We've had initial success, and the health system will now partner with an external firm, Medically Home, which has national experience and experience in partnering with health systems to provide hospital care in patients' homes, including the Mayo Clinic and Kaiser Permanente. The goal is to greatly expand our hospital care at home program to free capacity and to meet our health system-based goals around access, quality, safety, and experience. And specifically, this plus other initiatives will reduce the volume of patients needing to come to our emergency room by almost 35% over the coming years. And the ultimate goal is just to improve access and the experience for our patients and to better meet the demand of those who do have to come to the emergency room. I thought I'd share with you a great example of what this means to patients. In a recent letter from a caregiver from one of our patients who agreed to have me read this statement. The resident, this is from the caregiver of the patient, the resident has avoided being transferred to a nursing home due to the dedicated staff of the Michigan Medicine Hospital Care at Home program led by Dr. Grace Jink. On several occasions, she's avoided being sent by ambulance to the emergency room by receiving care from the Michigan Medicine staff. The emergency department is not the best option for a very elderly woman with dementia experiencing acute illnesses. Twice in the past year, when her condition warranted hospitalization, she was able to receive this care at home. And each time she was discharged quickly. And this program is responsive to what our patients tell us. A high percentage of our patients prefer care at home to care in the hospital. University of Michigan Health physicians will continue to lead the program from an on-site command center, and in-home services will be delivered by Medically Home team members. As I said, it's been a great success at other academic medical centers, including Mayo Clinic, UNC Health, Cleveland Clinic, Kaiser. A second initiative I'd like to share with you is the outstanding work being done in our emergency department to predict and diagnose and quickly treat patients with sepsis. That's blood infection. It's a serious condition, one that Medicare follows closely and can result in malfunctioning of various organs, shock, and death. Recently, the adult emergency department team has exceeded expectations in implementing what's called a sepsis bundle, a group of therapies which implements the best practice interventions. And I'd like to take a moment to celebrate the team members who worked hard to provide exceptional sepsis care as they kicked off this program. Specifically, I'd like to express appreciation to the 7 nurses and 3 physicians recognized this past month, and I apologize if I mispronounced names. Liz Guerin, Megan Copico, Chris Platek, Haley Stimpian, Lindsay Falk, Lauren McEwen, and Val Aldrich. And the physicians recognized are Bob Newmar, Nick Valentini, and Mark Lowell. It's also important to recognize that all those involved in the care of our patients, and importantly, our nursing staff, are critical. And we continue to staff between the 50th and 75th percentiles according to national benchmarks and meet or exceed the requirements per our last labor contract. And this has had good results. We have a very low vacancy rate of 2.1% compared with the national average of 15.7%. Finally, I'd like to spend a moment talking about strategies for security, both for our patients, but importantly for our care providers. And over the last 18 months, Health leadership has implemented an enhanced workplace violence prevention program. And some of the key initiatives include update of over 180 security cameras from analog to digital, investment in additional cameras for deployment at select facility entrances, deployment of cameras with analytics for surveillance of exterior areas outside the facility to identify exposed firearms, and overall, Michigan Medicine deploys over 2,000 security cameras. The visitor management system is being redesigned, including reduction of the number of entry points to the hospital and related facilities, and increased staffing to monitor the appropriateness of individuals visiting our patient care facilities. We employ public safety and security officers from the university who are present around the clock every day, radio armed with radio access to armed law enforcement officers of the UM Police Department. And we have a dedicated on-site, we've had a dedicated on-site police officer since 2020, and we will be expanding that. These security officers receive comprehensive training of over 500 hours. We also are implementing individual distress or duress buttons that are planned for staff who can choose to wear them to immediately notify security of an incident and to expedite response. And plans are underway to add weapon detection technology, an enhanced version of metal detectors in key locations. And we'll work with all staff and learners to educate, collaborate, and implement the best practices around safety and security. Finally, let me close with a reminder to get your annual flu shot and COVID-19 vaccine. The updated COVID-19 vaccine has been approved by the FDA now and is recommended by the CDC for all individuals aged 6 months and older. And that vaccine replaces the previously available vaccines and offers better protection against the currently circulating variants of COVID-19. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, EVP Runge. We're now going on to the Dearborn campus report. Chancellor Grasso.
Thank you, President Ono, and it's my great pleasure to note that we welcomed the largest first-year class in the history of the university this year, 1,150 students. And even though the class was large, our GPA stayed strong at 3.7, and the class was 1% more diverse than last year's class, with 32% students of color in the entering class, which we're very proud of. Also, we've been inundated with rankings, as you probably know, and most recently, U.S. News and World Report. And I am not a big fan of rankings, and I don't think rankings can capture the value of an institution like ours to our students and the value of an institution like ours to the regional economy in which we serve. Nonetheless, we were ranked #1 in regional public universities in Michigan and #3 in the Midwest, #1 in regional public universities for social mobility in Michigan, and #1 in regional public universities for veterans in Michigan as well. So we are proud of that, but I don't think that we rest on our laurels by any stretch of the imagination there. This is homecoming week, and we celebrate on our campus as Ann Arbor does on this campus. We had our cardboard boat races in the Chancellor's Pond, and luckily we lost no one. Everybody survived that campus tradition. We had a pep rally, multiple sporting events. Our Golden Jubilee dinner is tonight for 50-year anniversary alums. Tomorrow's our Alumni Awards dinner. And next week, we have the second annual downtown bike ride with co-hosted with myself and Mayor Abdullah Hammoud, and we're going to ride to town and back, and then have a cookout for our community and celebrate. And I think that ends my report. Go Blue, go Dearborn.
Thank you so much. Let's hear for Dearborn. So much to be thankful for. Thanks for that report. Now to our Flint campus report. Chancellor Fry.
Thank you, President Ono. For the first time. Thank you, President Ono. For the first time in nearly a decade, the University of Michigan Flint has recorded an increase in total fall enrollment. We have 6,130 students, reflecting a gain of 2.4% this fall. Our total credit hour generation has increased by 3.3% as well. Specifically, We had 13.3% newly enrolled undergraduate students. That includes new freshmen and transfer students. On the graduate side, we had 23% increase in new students enrolled. So this is fantastic for our campus. These increases are results of the efforts across campus, from modified recruitment strategies to design of new and exciting academic programs to attract students. I wish to publicly acknowledge and thank the faculty and staff on the Flint campus who have invested significant time and effort in turning this around for our campus. So thank you to our campus. And I have some other notes to share. Our School of Nursing is partnering with community colleges in Monroe County, Wayne County, and Lansing to extend nursing to the bachelor level. Our College of Arts and Science faculty are creating new courses reflecting on societal changes, such as the new course entitled The History of Culture in Cannabis. Our College of Innovation and Technology is launching new master's degree programs in data science and cybersecurity to prepare students for in-demand careers in growing fields. And from the College of Health Sciences, 2 of our physical therapy students were selected from a highly competitive field of 400 applicants for the prestigious CREST Scholarship, a national award from the Rising Tide, a foundation dedicated to creating a racially diverse and inclusive workforce in physical therapy. Natalie El Zayat, a second-year student from Dearborn, and Nia A. Hart, a first-year student from Detroit, received these scholarships. And finally, the 9th consecutive year, the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency has lauded University of Michigan Flint with gold level status as a veteran-friendly campus. Thank you for the opportunity to share these remarks.
Thank you. All great news. Let's hear it for the Flint campus. We now are fortunate to hear from the CSG president, Mira Hurl.
Good afternoon, President Ono, members of the Board of Regents, and executive officers of the university. My name is Mira Hurley. As a reintroduction, I'm a senior in the Ford School of Public Policy, and I'm serving as the student body president on U of M Ann Arbor's campus this year.
You got to speak into the microphone.
Is that better? Everyone can hear? Oh, yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. All right. As my Vice President Bapasha and I have returned to campus, it's been wonderful to reconnect with leaders at this university. We continue to be inspired by all of your dedication to improving the student experience. Through our interactions with other student leaders in the last month, we've reaffirmed our commitment to the following goals for this year. 1, increasing holistic and adequate mental health care for students at U of M. 2, ensuring that all students are able to engage in co-curricular activity and feel welcomed at U of M, regardless of financial status or physical ability. And 3, making sure that student leaders outside of central student government feel that they have a voice and a seat at the table. We look forward to bringing substantive updates and requests regarding those goals to these meetings in the future. And in terms of recent developments, central student government continues to provide high impact, high engagement resources and programs to students. Some of these programs include our textbook donation and redistribution shelf, which was recently rolled out in the Shapiro Undergraduate Library and has been very successful. Subscription services to the New York Times and Wall Street Journal for all students, discounted rides to and from the airport through our Airbus service, and student organization funding to enrich our campus community. In the first review of student org funding, which occurred this past weekend, we received $140,000 in requests from student organizations. After logging long hours carefully reviewing those applications, we've funded $50,000 worth of requests. We're very proud of that. We believe all these activities are really working on our campus community and culture. We've also facilitated very high turnout events throughout the last month, notably a Meet Your Representatives and Movie Night event, which took place during Welcome Week, Pride Outside, a celebration of the queer community at U of M that we facilitated in collaboration with the Spectrum Center, and 2 events, one on Central Campus and one on North Campus. The Central Campus one is occurring tomorrow, that are in collaboration with the Maize and Blue Cupboard and are focused on promoting the resource to the student body. Our door remains open, as always, to provide student input. We are proud of the partnerships that we've already formed with Campus Plan 2050 and Vision 2034, and we will continue to engage in those processes. We are also available to shed light on anything more day-to-day regarding the student experience or assist you in connecting with other student leaders if that's of interest. Please feel free to contact us at csg.president@umich.edu if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you for allowing me to speak with you all today, and go Blue.
Thank you very much. And I was wondering if you could pass on to CSG our gratitude for the robust participation in the campus visioning, campus planning 2050 and 2034 processes. We've had thousands of contributions, and so we're very, very grateful for that. That input is indispensable for us having an accurate view of the student voice and to make sure that we integrate that into both the vision and also the campus plan. So thank you so much. Please pass it on. The personnel actions are in the materials, and the retirement memoirs are also in the materials, as are the memorials. We then move on to our consent agenda. I call for a vote on the consent agenda. Is there a motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? I apologize.
At least you have the right ringtone.
All right, so the consent agenda passes unanimously. Now we move on to the regular agenda. We take items 2, 3, and 4 together in one vote. Over to you, VP Chattis.
Nothing to add, Mr. President.
Okay, is there a motion?
Moved.
Seconder?
Second.
All in favor? Say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Items 2 through 4 pass unanimously. Item 5, the procurement bidding threshold.
Mr. President, the bidding threshold of $10,000 was established in 2014. Since 2014, education, research, and healthcare mission activities have increased substantially. There are approximately 18,000 single-source events annually, of which 14,000 are in the $10,000 to $50,000 range, with no impactful savings or efficiencies gained by bidding out these transactions. But it did slow progress for research, education, and healthcare mission activities. Raising the formal bid threshold from $10,000 to $75,000 will enable the U of M to align bidding thresholds with our Big Ten peers, federal research, procurement guidelines, and the state of Michigan. This is the first step in a multi-year transformation to enable procurement to focus our energy on impactful cost savings, efficiencies, and service to campus and Michigan medicine, and I recommend this action for approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Seconder?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Same sign. Motion passes unanimously. We now move on to the Sparrow Health System and affiliate proposal. EVP Chattis.
Thank you, Mr. President. Upon closing the member substitution for Sparrow, the university ultimately assumed responsibility for Sparrow's outstanding debt, which currently amounts to approximately $308 million and which carries fairly restrictive debt covenants. In an effort to create flexibility for Sparrow relative to the restrictive covenants on its debt, Sparrow has worked with the university to develop a plan to pay off Sparrow's outstanding bonds and its existing line of credit through a combination of a loan from the university and some Sparrow existing cash and investments. This action item provides support to the financing plan and for a university loan to Sparrow to support refinancing its debt, and we recommend this action item for approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Seconder? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Electrical engineering computer science building, partial roof. EVP Chattis?
Nothing to add, Mr. President.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Seconder?
Second.
All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Same sign. Motion is unanimously approved. The School of Social Work building, chiller replacement.
Nothing to add, Mr. President.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Seconder?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. We now move on to supplemental information and reports. The first is the South Fifth budget approval. EVP Chattis.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to introduce Graham Wyatt, partner with Robert A.M. Stern Architects, LLP, who will provide a review of the project as part of our request for approval today. Graham?
Thank you. President Ono, Regents, members of the executive. Great honor to be back here today to talk to you about a project which I know many universities across the United States are looking at because you are leading the pack. And specifically, what is it about this project that makes it so exceptional? It is creating for the University of Michigan 2,300 new on-campus beds. The University of Michigan has not built new beds for freshmen since the 1960s. It is creating a 900-seat dining hall to go along with that residential precinct. And in so doing, this project will provide on-campus housing for every first-year student who wants to live on the central campus. It will offer a first-year residential experience, which is based on building community and supporting student growth. And it will provide also a significant increase in on-campus sophomore housing. For all of those residents, it will do so in a way which is affordable. It will create a pedestrian-oriented connection between the central campus and the athletic campus. I'll show you more about that in a moment. And will create a unique Michigan experience in close proximity to the big house. Very significantly, this will be an environmentally sustainable design project at the highest level, in line with University of Michigan's carbon neutrality goals, and ready not only to be all electric, but to be a net zero project. It will create a model of sustainability that we know that others will follow. So a little bit about this. It is a development, a precinct, not just a building, which consists of 5 buildings and courtyards and quadrangles landscaped for student activities. In this diagram, you will see shaded in the center in the light purple color, an area which is designated for a geothermal field in support of that sustainable design initiative. And wherever we have roofs that can accommodate solar collectors, we are doing that. So there will be substantial environmentally sustainable electric generation on campus. There will also be a variety of student-focused amenities. We've worked closely with students to develop an appropriate list of these, and they are located throughout these buildings on the ground floor, located in a way that they look into these quadrangles and courtyards. The buildings themselves look to the traditions of the University of Michigan architecturally. We trust that people will look at these buildings and say, that is a continuation of who we are as an institution. So here, imagine you're walking down South Division, you've come to Hill Street, and you're looking across, and this is the northern edge of that new residential precinct. Passing through an archway, which has residence halls on either side, and which again is detailed and designed in such a way that it recalls favored buildings on this campus. One passes into a central quadrangle. This quadrangle conceals those geothermal wells. They're not visible day to day, but they are there. And what it really provides is an opportunity for a variety of student activities, large spaces and small spaces for groups and for individuals. Straight ahead of you is a tower which anchors this precinct, and at its base, a large entrance that leads into the dining hall. This is the open archway facing south and facing east at the base of that tower, and straight ahead of you, an entrance that leads into the 900-seat dining hall. Here is the dining hall. It's servery, great variety of food options, which students are after these days, and immediately adjacent to that, both large and small venues where students can gather and take their meals together. So we're extremely proud of this project. We are very grateful for all of the support that we've received from so many people at the University of Michigan to move this forward quickly, expeditiously, and are honored to be part of this process. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just a very, very quick comment. First of all, a big thank you to the Ramsa team who've been spectacular. Martino, your team in student life has been really remarkable in your work on this. One thing I did want to note, it's my understanding, we learned this during the process of acquiring some of the homes in that area, that Raoul Wallenberg, one of the distinguished alumni of this university, who in World War II during the Holocaust saved perhaps as many as 100,000 Jews by declaring areas under his control part of the Swedish government effectively. Truly one of our most heroic and notable alums lived in this area, and I know that we're going to find ways to honor him and recognize that in this development. So I just want to make that point and among many points of pride about this important project.
Thank you, Regent Bernstein. Any other comments? Martina?
Thank you, President Ono, and thank you for that stunning presentation. It's really hard to follow that. As we've discussed at previous Board of Regents meetings, demand among students for affordable on-campus housing on or near Central Campus continues to rise. Enrollment has grown by thousands of students since 2004, yet on-campus housing has simply not kept pace. This vital project will help ensure that we meet the needs of a growing student body and will continue to deliver excellence in our undergraduate experience. We've involved students throughout the process, gathering extensive input that will help us create the sort of on-campus living community that speaks to them. Generations of future Wolverines will live, learn, and grow in these incredible spaces, spaces that center sustainability and community well-being in every aspect of the design. I'm very excited about this project, if you can't tell. Not only is it, as Graham said, the first housing we've built specifically for first-year students since 1968, but as Graham also alluded to, according to our architects, it's the largest project of its kind in development in the country. And we know it will make an immense difference for students seeking an affordable home on campus while they pursue a world-class education and that quintessential Michigan experience. Now I'll pass it back to Executive Vice President Chavez.
Thank you, Martino, and thank you, Graham. Another impressive aspect which you heard about of this project is the sustainability features. These include geothermal technology, an all-electric design for both housing and dining, green roofs, a photovoltaic system, and achievement of LEED Platinum certification. These features demonstrate the university's deep commitment to sustainability. Based on the information we have presented, we recommend that the Board of Regents approve the new Central Campus residential development budget of $631 million and authorize final approval to proceed with construction with the project as described.
Thank you, EVP Chavez. Is there a motion to approve? Seconded?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Same sign.
Thank you, Con.
All right. Regent Hubbard?
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate how proud I am of this project. I think it's going to be transformational to that area, to the whole campus, not just that area of campus, and likely will unseat some of our most popular dorms and become the most popular dorm based on what I've seen so far. So thank you, everybody.
Regent Acker?
Thank you, President Ono. I just want to add one quick comment about this, and it relates to a story that was in the newspaper a few days ago about affordability here in Ann Arbor. And while obviously we can't do everything in Ann Arbor to make it more affordable, the number one thing that we can do is build more housing, and we should continue to do that as a board and as this institution. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Acker. I'd just like to add, thanks, EVP Chavez, for your leadership, but also people don't know how hard the Regents worked. Many, many mornings thinking about this project, incredible detail, and so many hours of effort. Thank you to the Regents for everything that you've done to make this a reality. Now I'd like to talk about a naming opportunity in South Fifth, and over to Vice President Harvard.
Thank you, President Ono. This is very exciting. Dr. E. Royster Harper dedicated her career to the University of Michigan, serving in various leadership roles before her retirement in 2019. Her career of service to our university and its students spans more than 4 decades, including 18 as vice president for student life. She was a transformative leader advancing student mental health services, culturally inclusive dining options, and gender inclusive spaces, among many other accomplishments. As someone who dedicated her career to serving University of Michigan students, it would be a fitting recognition to name a building in the new Central Campus housing development in her honor. Adding to the significance, it would also be the first building on UM's campus to be named after a Black woman. It is my great honor to request the board approve the naming of Building 5 of the new Central Campus residential development, Dr. E. Royster Harper Hall.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So moved.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone
Aye.
opposed? Same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Now, I understand we have some very special people in the audience. Royster Harper, Mary Sue Coleman. I understand that President Emerita Mary Sue Coleman and Ken Coleman are here in the audience. Thank you for joining us, President Coleman.
Denise wants to speak.
Regent Illich.
Yes, thank you. Royster, I'm under the weather, so that's why I'm not there, but I'm with you in spirit. And I just want to say that Vice President Harper is one of the finest professionals in my tenure at Michigan that I've ever worked with. We were so fortunate to have her. Our students were fortunate to have her, and I'm so very proud to be part of naming a building after you, Royster. You're the best. I love you. We miss you. And again, I'm just really proud of all of your accomplishments and the fact that we were able to honor you in this small way by putting your name on a building. So thank you.
Thank you, Regent Illich.
Can I say something? This is Regent White.
Regent White?
Royster, there's no way to really fully appreciate you and everything that you did to commit to the University of Michigan throughout your career. This is something that we could do, but you gave us so much more, and we're all so grateful. We miss you dearly, and I hope this gives you some joy that you can share with your friends and family. God bless.
All right, back to VP Harmon.
Thank you again, President Ono. As part of Phase 2, which is our next phase of our Central Campus residential development, there will be a significant recognition by naming a space after Raoul Wallenberg in the area where he lived as a student in 1931. Raoul Wallenberg is considered a great humanitarian whose actions saved thousands of lives from the Holocaust. He enrolled at the University of Michigan in 1931, and currently the university honors and celebrates his legacy with the Wallenberg Plaza on Central Campus, featuring a Holocaust memorial, a sculpture on North Campus paying tribute and gratitude to him, the Wallenberg Fellowship, and the Raoul Wallenberg Medal. More details will be shared in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, VP Harmon. We now have an exciting announcement about the CCRB building. VP Baird and VP Harmon.
Thank you, President Ono. I'm very delighted to say that we have received a wonderful gift commitment from Philip and Nicole Hadley. The Hadleys are parents of two recent U of M grads, Kate and Eric. Phil and Nicole were inspired by Kate and Eric's Michigan experiences and are eager to support recreation and health and well-being opportunities for students on campus. They shared that they firmly believe a healthy balance between mind, body, and community fosters success at all levels and are delighted to support that for the next generation. In support of that goal, the Hadley family has made a gift of $20 million to support construction of the new recreation center on campus. And on behalf of all of us, I want to thank them for this incredible gift. I think President Harmon would like to make a few more comments about the impact of the gift.
Yes, thank you, Tom. We are so grateful to the Hadley family for their incredible generosity. It is especially noteworthy that they were inspired to name this facility following the experiences of their children at The new 200,000 square foot facility will serve as a hub for activity on the Ann Arbor campus and will become the primary driver of well-being and connection for our students. This gift will have a tremendous impact on access and opportunity for students, faculty, and staff for generations to come. In recognition of this generous gift, we are requesting the board approve a new name for the building, the Hadley Family Recreation and Wellbeing Center. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those who are
Aye.
opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. We now move on to the conflict of interest items, 9 through 20, each of which requires 6 votes for approval. We'll treat them as a group. Does any region have any questions about a particular item? If so, let us know. Would any regions like to request recusal from voting on any items? All right, I now call for a vote on items 9 to 20 as a group. Is there a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All those in favor? No, actually, I have to go through roll call. We need 6 votes. You can do it by show of hands. We're going to have 6 votes. On the phone?
Yes.
Aye.
That's wonderful. Conflict of interest items 9 to 20 pass. Any comments from Jeff? Okay, wonderful. All right. We now move on to other matters. Over to VP Cunningham in terms of resolution delegating duties and responsibilities concerning federally classified information. Any comments?
Thank you, President Ono. So we have this delegated authority moving forward for the delegation of the authorities for the senior management official to my office as VPR. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All in favor? Say aye. Anyone opposed, say aye, same sign. Motion passes. We now move on to VP Runge.
Nothing to add, President.
Nothing to add? All those in favor? Oh, no, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Now the approval of the academic calendar for 2024-35 for University of Michigan Flint. Chancellor Fry? Okay, is there a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. Over to VP Churchill for public comments.
Yes. This is the public comment portion of our meeting. And as part of the regular monthly meeting, the board does set aside time for individuals to present comments. The board doesn't necessarily respond to comments during the public comment session. All public meetings are formal events convened under Article 8, Section 4 of the Michigan Constitution. In keeping with reasonable and appropriate norms of decorum, all attendees, including speakers, are expected to treat others with respect and civility. Individuals who are approved to speak are expected to speak to the topic that was submitted during the registration period, truthfully disclose any relevant organizational ties during that registration, and promptly cease speaking when the allotted 2 minutes have ended. Speakers who do not adhere by these rules may be precluded from addressing the board during the public comment portion of a future meeting. This is in addition to the guidelines outlined on the website. So with that, I will turn to our speaker list. I may have a few that are not here. Our first speaker is Emily Morgan, and I'm not sure she registered. Is Emily here? Okay, so we'll go to our next speaker, Liz Kennedy.
Hello, thank you for having me today. My name is Liz Kennedy, and I am the co-director of Care-Based Safety. Our mission is to design and resource a community-led, non-police urgent response program that will grow care-based safety options and opportunities for all residents of Washtenaw County, the University of Michigan students, staff, and community members included. The purpose of CBS is to respond to nonviolent emergencies with a dedicated staff of trained crisis responders, prevent destructive conflict and crisis through skill building and social support, collaborate with community members in addressing the root causes of violence, including neglect, crisis, the housing crisis, of course, was already mentioned here in Washtenaw County, and to build a culture and system of care-based safety for all that reduces arrest and incarceration. I stand before you today to voice my strong support for the demands put forth by the Graduate Employees Organization regarding the development of an unarmed emergency response program here at the University of Michigan. Many people on campus who experience a crisis must weigh the benefits of calling for help with the risk of discrimination, violence, or punishment, being coerced into treatment, especially if they come from communities disproportionately affected by prisons and policing, including people of color, queer and trans folks, mentally ill and mad people, and low-income populations. The demands put forth by GEO call for a program that is fully funded by the university, community-led, with a decision-making body made up of directly impacted community members, that is non-coercive and independent from the Division of Public Safety and Security. CBS supports these demands wholeheartedly and urges that the University Board of Regents listen to the voices of the GEO community and the broader Ann Arbor community. As recent applicants for the City of Ann Arbor's historic RFP for an unarmed response implementation, we believe that CBS is uniquely positioned to co-create the design, development, and implementation of an urgent response program beside U of M, which would be the first of its kind of any public university in the nation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Rowan.
I first say, Liz, thank you so much for making the time to speak with us and for your comments and your willingness to help. I don't know if you were here earlier with my opening comments, so I hope you know that I have expressed that support, and I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting you. I don't know how to contact you, but I'm not that hard to find. So thank you for making the time and for your support of that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Our next speaker is Rowan Tucker Meyer.
Hi, everyone. I'm an undergraduate here. I just kind of want to echo what Liz was saying. I'm really glad, President Ono, that you voiced your support for this. I believe you said you'd come out with a statement, voicing your support. I guess my caveat is I haven't seen this statement yet. So I know myself and many other members of the campus community would love to see this statement because it's very important to a lot of us. I believe 78% of respondents in the student government election said they supported this as well, because we all know the dilemmas that we face when our options, when we don't feel comfortable intervening in a crisis situation, are basically to call the police or do nothing. And as Liz said, this can be a really terrible situation when our friends and neighbors that we're trying to help are maybe don't have a house or are undocumented or people of color, transgender, etc. So yeah, once again, I'm glad to see that you're in support of this, but it would be even better if you made this statement formally that you said you were going to make. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Well, let me say, Rowan, that today was my formal statement, and it will be in a number of different media outlets today. So that we were waiting for this day so that we could make it in front of this large audience. So thank you. Okay, thank you for coming and for voicing your support of that. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Our next speaker, who may not be here, is Lena Azim. I don't think Lena checked in. Okay, then we have Sarah Thompson.
Hello, thank you for seeing me today. I'm here on behalf of my union, SEIU. I'm a retired respiratory therapist from Maine Hospital, and we're having difficulties getting progress made on this endeavor. We know that University of Michigan is a provider of choice. And hey, yay for that. And I want to be able to say it's also an employer of choice. But we need to, meaning my union and the people we're going to negotiate with, create a collaborative effort to improve my department. I should say departments. I really appreciate the neutrality clause that you have established, and I find it's pertinent and fair and refreshing. Unfortunately, not all of the management that we have in our departments are behaving in this neutral way. And so that's discouraging. And we have a date of October 10th to negotiate our union, and we want to solve problems and make U of M an even better place to work. So we're hoping that the Labor Relations Department will take the approach of talking to us as a union before implementing changes that impact our work and our care. This recently happened when they changed our on-call without reaching first to speak with our union representatives to get an agreement on that, because we were recognized already in June of this year. So I would think that would be pertinent. Also, in preparation for negotiations, we've requested information needed to develop these proposals, but been waiting 2 months and have yet to receive any information. And that's really a big piece of what I'm trying to say, is we need to have both parties come with the same information so that our proposals can come from an informed position and the same set of facts, leading to an agreeable future. I wouldn't like to start this off litigious trying to get this information. We just implore you to send a message to these departments to treat us with neutrality and let us get on with the negotiations that we so forward look to doing. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Renee Curtis. Renee Curtis.
Good afternoon, President Uno and fellow Regents. My name is Renee Curtis, and I'm the president of the University of Professional Nurse Council. First, I want to thank you for putting the safety of our environment first by committing to the installation of high-tech metal detectors and another initiatives within our institution. This is the first step in beginning to ensure safety within the halls of our facilities, and we look forward to working collaboratively on the next steps in this endeavor. We, the University of Michigan professional nurses, are here today to speak out publicly against the de-investment in nursing. We've made great strides together in collective negotiation to address nurses' working conditions. The most recent actions taken by the university involving outsourcing specialized patients to another facility, further cuts in HPPD, which equates to less nurses per shift to care for patients, the refusal to open ambulatory care clinic positions, to fill the positions, and the intentional outsourcing of the hospital care at home program to staffing agencies associated with the venture capital for-profit company is anything but investing in nurses or patients here at Michigan Medicine. Nurses here at Michigan are an integral part of Michigan brand, and it comes with the respect earned for the extensive knowledge and specialized care provided to our patients. Patients come to this health system because of the care they receive. Outsourcing Michigan nursing is a bait and switch. Patients expect Michigan nurses providing a high level of specialized care, working in tandem with our esteemed physicians. We save lives, we build trusting relationships within the community, and we partner with others, putting the well-being and safety of our patients first. Regents, please do not be fooled by thinking Michigan medicine patients will have good outcomes by removing us from their care. Good patient care starts with committed nurses. We stand committed serving this university with dignity and honor over the years. We request that the university provide us the same due respect. Investing in Michigan nursing is a commitment to high quality, safe patient care, the type of care Michigan medicine made its reputation on. Thank you.
The next speaker is Aaron McCormick.
Good afternoon, Regents and all of those others present. My name is Aaron McCormick. I am the Vice President of the University of Michigan Professional Nurses Council. In addition, I am also a nurse and a central staffing resource where I float to over 20 different units, and I've been a nurse for almost 10 years. I love being a nurse. It's a joy, it's a passion, just being able to help a person in some of the most tragic times of their lives. However, I am concerned about the impact of Michigan Medicine's executive budget cuts and what the effect they're having on our nurses and patients. As a CSR nurse, I see the impact that it's having across many units. Budget cuts make it harder to work as a nurse because they affect the amount of patients we have per assignment, which means the amount of time we have per patient to individually assess their critical needs and what would truly help them during this time. I want to be clear. These cuts are a violation of our contract. The processes that are labeled in our collective bargaining agreement were not followed. For instance, our contract says that before the cuts were to be made, the manager needed to take it to the workload review committee for a discussion and input. That did not happen. They were giving numbers and told them to deal with it. These processes exist to make sure things are safe for the unit. It doesn't feel like things are safe right now. The resources, the help we once had are no longer there. However, it's not too late. I've seen the university make cuts on units, and I've seen the university increase nurses on units. If you've done the right thing before, you can do the right thing again. Please help us keep our patients safe, and please respect our collective bargaining agreement. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Doug Morningstar. Doug Morningstar, I'm not sure he registered. Okay. Then we have Kimberly Levins.
Good afternoon, President Ono and Regents. My name is Kimberly Levins. I am a Michigan nurse. I spent 22 out of my 30 years of a nurse here in home-based care, where I and my nursing colleagues have built strong ties with this community. We have built trust and imparted in our patients a sense of comfort and peace of mind, knowing that they're safe at home in the capable hands of a nurse who highly valued patient-centered care exemplifies the Michigan difference. We work with various specialized patient populations. We know their providers, their intricate care needs, interventions, complex comorbidities, and how to navigate this very complicated health system. We have built the brand for this institution that the community relies on. As of late, Michigan Medicine has decided to break that trust we have duly earned, erode the reputation we have built, and attempt to deceive our patients by supplanting Michigan nursing with agency nurses who are foreign to our culture, our modalities, our level of service, expectation of high standards of care with exceptional outcomes. These agency nurses lack our knowledge base, skill sets, and the trusting relationships that we have built with our patients. I come here today to advocate for my patients. I need you to hear our profound opposition with your decision to put profits ahead of high-quality patient care by outsourcing nursing in the hospital care at home program and selling out to a for-profit platform like Medically Home. I'm truly saddened for my patients and for the substandard care that you are choosing for them. They are not merely a means of revenue generation here, and we nurses are not a cost too expensive to afford. We are the Michigan difference and the lifeline for patients in our community. Stop the outsourcing of nursing work at Michigan. Thank you.
We now have Sierra Petroitas.
Hello, thank you members of the University of Michigan Board of Regents for taking the time to listen to me today. My name is Sierra Petraitis, and I'm an MNA UMPNC nurse who works in the adult float pool, which is also known as CSR. I have worked at the University of Michigan for 10 years, and I've been a nurse since 2018. As others have mentioned, it seems like the hospital is trying anything it can to save money and cut corners at the expense of our patients, and in violation of our collective bargaining agreement. As a float nurse, I can see this all across the institution. Subcontracting the hospital at home nurses work to the lowest bidder sounds like a race to the bottom, not something the leaders and the best should be doing. And forcing departments to cut their budgets after purchasing Sparrow makes a mockery of the care that we give. Because of these cuts on many units at several census points, we are staffed below our contractually mandated grids. This puts patients at risk, violates our contract, and furthermore, the charge nurse is now being required to take patients, which means there is no resource for new nurses, and there is no one there when things start to go south. I urge you to reverse your decision to subcontract the hospital care at home and to stop forcing nurses to choose between your budget and our patients. Thank you.
Our last speaker today is Adam Paulson.
Hello again. As some of you remember, my name is Adam Paulson. I work in the pediatric ICU at the University of Michigan. I'm a member of MNA UMPNC. And I spoke to you in July about our security concerns. And I wanted to sincerely thank you for the progress that has been made in regards to the AI metal detectors that will be installed in the next 12 to 18 months. I'm also here to ask for lock units on a much faster time schedule and better weapon signage throughout the hospital. In the past 2 weeks, we've had families arguing in our hallways about custody disagreements, and a family walk in on their child being emergently intubated because our GSS screener was not following policy and protocols. When we notified their supervisor, we were told that once families are in our waiting room, we just hope they use the honor system and wait there until they are told they can come back. This is unacceptable to us, it's unsafe, and it's unsettling to our families. In my email that I sent to the Regents on Labor Day, I explained how I can walk from my parking spot in P3 all the way to my locker without walking through a single locked door. I think this is also unacceptable, especially in a pediatric hospital. 31 years ago, Dr. John Kemink was shot and killed in a Taubman exam room. People who live and work here still see his memorial and remember it like it just happened. Most hospitals in the area have locked units where visitors and families are buzzed in when it is safe to do so. Please see my email that I sent in regards to our other requests. They are significant as well. It's just difficult to summarize in 2 minutes. And thank you so much again. We appreciate all that is being done. It means a great deal to my unit and to us that you have listened to our concerns and acted on those concerns in a meaningful and purposeful way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Regent Hubbard.
Thank you to all the speakers for coming today. We really appreciate it.
Now we have a treat, as seems appropriate, going into our homecoming weekend. I'd like to invite the Men's Glee Club to close out our meeting today. Jack Kernan will begin with introductions. Jack.
Hello, everybody. We are the Michigan Men's Glee Club, or at least a very small fraction of it. In total, the Glee Club has about 100 members. We got 7 of us right now. But we promise you we still brought our best out today. We thank you all for having us. And this first song is The University.
Founded in the wilderness in 1817, in excellence and strength it grew, nourished by a tree. The University of Michigan, the people said, be free to teach, to serve, to probe the unknown. Our university, her children come from round the world to drink from freedom's spring, where art, where science, where truths revealed to those whose minds would sing. The University of Michigan, the people said, be free to teach, to serve, to probe the unknown. Our university, she looks beyond today's pale light. She seeks in fields diverse. New knowledge found within her hall has changed the universe. The University of Michigan, the people said, be free to teach, to serve, to probe the unknown. Our university.
We're going to quickly take a minute to introduce each of ourselves, just so you can know what sort of students comprise the Glee Club. So my name is Kyle. I am a senior here in the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, and I'm getting a double major in computer science and film.
Hello, I'm Michael. I'm a sophomore here, and I am studying engineering with a minor in music.
Hello, I'm Brenton. I am a graduate student studying biomedical engineering.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a senior and I study computer science.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a senior-ish and I'm studying. And I'm studying mechanical engineering.
That's okay. I was a student-ish. Yeah.
My name is also Jack, and I am a junior studying robotics.
Hi, my name is Leo. I'm the one not doing STEM, and I am a senior studying women and gender studies with a minor in music.
Awesome. So yes, as you can see, 0 music majors up here. The Glee Club prides itself in being a club for people who maybe don't have enough time to pursue music as like a full-time career, but people who still love to sing and aren't ready to see that go as a part of their lives. So yeah, I think of our club of 100, we have maybe 10 music majors and a lot of engineers for some reason. I don't know. We can do a study on why that is, but no medley? Okay, we have one more song for you guys that truly just does need no introduction. We hope you enjoy it and can even sing along if you'd like.
Men of Michigan unto victory, every man in every play. Michigan expects her varsity to win today. Ra, 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 ra. Win for Michigan. Varsity down the field, never yield, raise high our shield. March on to victory for Michigan and the maize and blue of varsity. We're for you, here for you, to cheer for you. We have no fear for you, O varsity. Now for cheer, they're here triumphant, here they come with banners flying. In sour step they're nigh, with shouts of victory crying. We hurrah, hurrah, we greet you now, hail, for we their praises sing. For the glory and fame they have brought us, Lord, let the bells them ring. For here they come with banners flying. For we their praises tell, for the glory and fame they have brought us. Loud let the bells then ring, for here they come with banners flying. Here they come, hurrah, bum 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 bum. Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and best. Hail to the victors valiant, hail to the conquering heroes, hail, hail to Michigan, the champions of the West. Go! Woo!
Thank you guys so much for having us today. We unfortunately have no encore numbers. That's it for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's hear it for them once more.
Thank you guys.